1 billion doses crossed. It's India's vaccine century. Prime Minister visits Delhi hospital to mark 1 billion doses. India took 279 days to reach this milestone. Focus now shifts to the next billion. Speaking to NDTV, head of the COVID working group, Dr. N.K. Arora says that India should be able to hit the next billion in next 3 to 4 months. Shah Rukh Khan meets his son in jail. High Court to hear Aryan's bail plea on Tuesday. Actor Ananya Pandey questioned by the Narcotics Control Bureau. Her laptop and mobile phone are seized. Supreme Court begins physical hearings again, only twice a week for now. Judges welcome lawyers back in courts. Hello and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Rohit Wellington. Let's begin with our top story. India has reached the 1 billion COVID vaccinations milestone, taking 279 days to achieve this feat. It's India's vaccine century, 100 crore doses administered. To mark this achievement, Prime Minister Modi visited a hospital in Delhi. He also spoke with beneficiaries and healthcare workers. The health minister interacted with doctors and patients at Delhi's Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital. At Mumbai's Jumbo Vaccination Centre, there were decorations, cakes were cut in celebration. SpiceJet unveiled special 100 crore livery on aircraft. And heritage monuments across the country were lit up in celebrations.
हम देशवासियों ने, हमारे वैज्ञानिकों ने, हमारे उद्यमियों की ताकत का ही ये परिणाम है कि भारत को वैक्सीन के लिए किसी और देश पर हमें निर्भर नहीं होना।
मेरे भारत का ये विश्वास है।
The Prime Minister at Delhi's central government-run Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital moments after India crossed the 1 billion mark.
टीकाकरण दिख रहा एक नया इतिहास है।
A picture of the PM giving a thumbs up to jubilant health workers at the hospital has since gone viral. He later thanked everyone involved.
ये उपलब्धि भारत की है, भारत के प्रत्येक नागरिक की है। मैं देश की वैक्सीन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनियां, वैक्सीन ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में जुड़े कर्मयोगियां, वैक्सीन लगाने में जुटे हेल्थ सेक्टर के प्रोफेशनल्स बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
As the nation celebrates 100 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccine, a rangoli here at the BKC Jumbo COVID Center.
1 billionth dose, and we also saw since morning how celebrations have been going on.
Karnataka wants to have 1 billion doses in the country.
Telangana, in fact, is going to be celebrating by lighting up some of its monuments, as the archaeological survey has said.
The health minister marked the vaccine century by launching a vaccination anthem at the iconic Red Fort in Delhi.
इस युद्ध में जो लड़ रहा वो हर सिपाही खास है, शतकोटि गर्व एहसास है, ये एक नया इतिहास है, इतिहास है।
At Mumbai's Jumbo Vaccination Centre, which was adorned with rangolis and flowers for the occasion, 5 cakes were cut to celebrate.
More pride what we feel this vaccination center is one of the biggest in this country, and we have done maximum vaccination, which is not less than 3 lakh doses from day one.
In Kolkata, a nurse who administered the first dose of a COVID vaccine at this centre is now celebrating 100 crore.
16 জানুয়ারি ফার্স্ট ভ্যাকসিন আমিই দিয়েছিলাম। ওপেনিংটা আমার হাতেই হয়েছিল। খুবই খুশি আমরা যে 100 কোটি মানুষকে আমরা ভ্যাকসিন দিতে পেরেছি। I feel very proud to be a part of this.
Now that this morning's festivities have winded down, as you can see here at the Ram Manohar Lohia Hospital, the realization that there is still a long way to go has set in. The government has revealed that around 10 crore vaccination beneficiaries who are eligible to take their second dose have actually missed their deadline. The gap between partially and fully vaccinated people is amongst the largest in the world.
स्ट्रैटेजी बिल्कुल ऑब्वियस है कि हम सब की अब जिम्मेवारी है कि जिसने एक डोज लगा लिया वो भूल रहे हैं उनको याद दिलाएं। टेलीफोन से उनके SMS के द्वारा उनको मैसेजिंग करी जा रही है।
With Monideepa Banerjee in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta in Mumbai, Meher Pandey for NDTV.
All right, now the focus shifts to the next billion. Speaking to NDTV, Chairman of the COVID Working Group at the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization, Dr. N.K. Arora, said that India should be able to hit the next billion in 3 to 4 months.
What is the action plan and the supply issues? Have they been sorted for the next billion? How soon can we hit the next billion?
Yes, so I think we should be able to do it within next 3 to 4 months, that second dose, because first dose we have to see 77 or 80% have received the first dose. So we are left with 20%, which is about 18-20 crore people.
Correct.
Which has to be given an additional one dose.
Yeah.
So we think that by the end of this year, everybody will get at least one dose, and there will be a few who will be left for second dose, and because that is what expected. In another 4 to 6 weeks after December, we should be able to complete that.
Now, shifting focus to the other big story, Star Kids seem to be the focus of the anti-drugs agency, the Narcotics Control Bureau, as the agency searched the home of Ananya Pandey on Thursday and also questioned her. Meanwhile, Shah Rukh Khan visited his son in jail. Saurabh Gupta and Rohit Khilnani report.
Superstar Shah Rukh Khan at Arthur Road Jail this morning, visiting his son Aryan Khan for the first time in 17 days. And actor Ananya Pandey at the Narcotics Control Bureau's office in South Mumbai, accompanied by her father, actor Chunky Pandey, after she was summoned for questioning by the anti-drugs agency. As Shah Rukh exited the jail, he acknowledged those waiting outside with folded hands. On the day, COVID protocols were relaxed and physical meetings between inmates of the prison and their families and lawyers resumed. Superstar Shah Rukh Khan was here for about 20 minutes at Arthur Road Jail to meet his son Aryan Khan, who's been lodged here since his judicial custody commenced. The meeting lasted for 10 minutes and all jail and COVID protocols were followed, sources say. Soon after, an NCB team was at SRK's house in Bandra to pick up documents relating to Aryan Khan. Aryan Khan's bail plea comes up in the Bombay High Court on Tuesday.
The High Court has agreed to a request for an early hearing. The ASG was present. ASG has said that he'll be ready on Tuesday.
Sources say following a search at Ananya Pandey's house this morning, the NCB team took away a laptop and a phone. Sources add Ananya Pandey's name cropped up in WhatsApp chats on Aryan Khan's phone. But as Ananya Pandey's name emerged, questions over whether the agency has been focused on film industry stars. Starting with Riya Chakraborty in the Sushant Singh Rajput case, followed by Deepika Padukone, Rakul Preet Singh, Shraddha Kapoor, Sara Ali Khan and Arjun Rampal in separate cases.
Can't even say this is an unusual day in Bollywood because this is happening quite often. After that, the NCB officers came here at Shah Rukh Khan's home, Mannat, to give some documents in Aryan Khan's case. Again, this is something that's been going on for a while. Aryan Khan is still in Arthur Road jail. This morning we saw Shah Rukh Khan visit him after many days. He saw his own father, and Shah Rukh Khan, while coming out, was greeting people and people who are relatives of under trials. Now, the question Bollywood is asking and extremely worried with their back against the wall is, who's next?
Meanwhile, Nationalist Congress Party spokesperson Nawab Malik leveled charges of extortion against zonal director of the NCB, Sameer Wankhede.
इसका खुलासा अधिकारी को करना पड़ेगा, समीर वानखेड़े को। मालदीव में उस समय में थे जब पूरी इंडस्ट्री मालदीव में थी। क्या कारण था वो वहां गए? हमें तो पूरा यकीन है कि सारी उगाई मालदीव और दुबई में हुई है।
While Ananya Pandey has been called in for questioning again on Friday, the question many are asking is, why is the agency that's been tasked with going after drug cartels and major drug suppliers going after film stars whose cases at best sum up as cases of consumption? In Mumbai, with Rohit Khilnani and camera person Praveen Ji Rohit, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
And speaking to NDTV, NCB investigating officer Sameer Wankhede countered the allegations leveled by Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik. This is what he said.
तो क्या आप मालदीव और दुबई गए थे? ये जो बहुत बड़े मंत्री हैं और मैं काफ़ी इज्जत भी करता हूं उनकी, जो लेकिन इन्होंने आरोप लगाया है, काफ़ी झूठा आरोप है। दुबई में गया ही नहीं हूँ। ये जो कह रहे हैं कि 10 तारीख को मैं दुबई गया, मैं दुबई गया ही नहीं हूँ। पहली बात 10 तारीख और बाकी के भी काफ़ी चीज़ें होती है, वो तो ही इज़ अ बिग मिनिस्टर, सो ही कैन वेरीफाई फ्रॉम हिज ओन मशीनरी एंड सोर्सेज। जब भी कोई बंदा आता जाता है तो पासपोर्ट होता है, वीज़ा होता है, तो उससे निकाल ले, वेरीफाई कर ले। लेकिन ऐसे झूठे आरोप वेरीफाई किया होगा तभी इतना गंभीर आरोप लगाया? नहीं तो कोर्ट के सामने प्रस्तुत करे, मीडिया के सामने प्रस्तुत करे कि मैं दुबई कब गया था। मेयरली बॉम्बे का जो फोटो निकाला गया है, बॉम्बे, दैट इज बॉम्बे का फोटो। वो जो होटल का फोटो दिखाया गया, वो बॉम्बे का फोटो है मेरी सिस्टर के साथ में। अब अच्छा, दुबई आप नहीं गए, मालदीव का क्या? मालदीव तो आप गए होंगे, क्योंकि एक फोटो दिखाया गया जो जिसमें आपकी बहन दिखाई पड़ रही है, उसमें साथ में आप दिखाई पड़ रहे हैं। ये भी झूठ, कंप्लीटली झूठ आरोप है। मैं मेरी बहन के साथ कभी मालदीव गया ही नहीं हूँ, कंप्लीटली झूठ है। मैं उन्हें रिस्पेक्टेड तरीके से, ऑनरेबल तरीके से ये कहता हूँ कि काइंडली सबूत पेश करें कि मैं मेरी सिस्टर के साथ में मालदीव गया हूँ। मैं मालदीव ज़रूर गया हूँ, मेरे बच्चों के साथ में गया हूँ, लीगल परमिशन, कॉम्पिटेंट अथॉरिटी से परमिशन लेके और अपने खुद के पैसे से गया हूँ मैं। लेकिन आप मालदीव गए हैं? मैं ज़रूर गया हूँ मालदीव, और ये डिपार्टमेंट की परमिशन लेके गया हूँ। वो कौन सा दौर होगा समय? जस्ट 2 महीने पहले, जब लॉकडाउन उठ चुका था, और मुझे नहीं लगता है कि बच्चों के साथ जाना क्राइम है। बच्चों के साथ जाना क्राइम नहीं है, लेकिन उनका ऐसा कहना है कि लॉकडाउन के दौरान बॉलीवुड के बहुत से लोग मालदीव में थे और वहां पर आप परिवार के साथ गए और वहां पर आपने वसूली की उनसे। लॉकडाउन के दौरान तो ये बिल्कुल नहीं कहूँगा मैं नॉर्मल फ्लाइट से एक इकोनॉमिक टिकट से गया हूँ मैं मेरे बच्चों के साथ में। तो वहाँ पर लॉकडाउन के टाइम पे ये जो आरोप लग रहे हैं बिल्कुल गलत आरोप है। आप भी देख सकते हैं कब गया है, हमारे हेडक्वार्टर्स ने एक प्रेस रिलीज भी इशू किया है, तो वो टाइम पे आप खुद वेरीफाई कर सकते हैं, लॉकडाउन था नहीं। और ये जो शब्द भी इस्तेमाल किया है, एक्सटॉर्शन, ये काफ़ी घटिया शब्द है। मैं उनको रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि कुछ भी कोई एविडेंस दे, किससे पैसा लिया, क्या लिया पैसा। जस्ट आप कैरेक्टर असैसिनेशन कर रहे हो, टारगेट कर रहे हो। यानी उनके दामाद को, समीर खान को, जो आप लोगों ने गिरफ्तार किया था, तो आपको लगता है कि बस उसी की वजह से ये आपको निशाने पे ले रहे हैं? जब मेरी मृत माता के ऊपर ये अटैक कर रहे हैं, जो 2015 में स्वर्गवास हुई है, जब मेरी बहन के ऊपर जिसके बच्चे हैं उस पर अटैक कर रहे हैं, जो मेरे सेवानिवृत्त पिता हैं 77 ईयर्स के, जब ये उन पे अटैक कर रहे हैं, तो और क्या सीमा, और मैं क्या कहूँ अभी। उनका तो कहना है कि आप बीजेपी के इशारे पर काम कर रहे हो, बॉलीवुड को बदनाम कर रहे हो और महाराष्ट्र विकास आघाड़ी सरकार को बदनाम करने के लिए सब आप कर रहे हो। मुझे ये सब चीज़ों से कोई लेना देना नहीं है। मैं एक सरकारी ऑफिसर हूँ, मैं एक सैलरीड गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट हूँ। जो एनडीपीएस एक्ट वॉलेट करेगा मैं उस पर एक्शन लूँगा। मुझे ये सब चीज़ों से कोई लेना देना नहीं है।
Right, time for a short break. On the other side, Supreme Court has begun physical hearings again, only twice a week for now. We'll get you that story on the other side. Welcome back. The Supreme Court on Thursday resumed physical hearings after remaining off limits for lawyers since March 2020. The physical hearings will take place only on 2 days of the week, and normal functioning is expected to resume post-Diwali. Sukirti Trivedi reports.
Walking in through the Supreme Court for the first time since March 2020, as the Supreme Court today resumed physical hearings after being in virtual mode for a year and 7 months. Day 1 saw long queues of lawyers waiting to get inside and judges who were happy to see them in person. For now, physical hearings will be held only 2 days of the week, but will start every day after 4th of November. Physical hearings will be held on Wednesdays and Thursdays, virtual hearings on Mondays and Fridays, and a hybrid mode of hearings on Tuesday. There are multi-layered safety measures in the courtrooms, including glass partitions between the judges, lawyers and other court staff. Documents are to be handed over to the judges only after complete sanitization, and only lawyers who are appearing for a case will be allowed inside the courtroom. Media persons will also be allowed inside.
I'm very happy to be back physically. There is no substitute for FaceTime, actual physical FaceTime with the court.
We are happy that the Supreme Court has started its physical hearing resumption from today. I hope that after Diwali vacations, it would be working in a full and fledged manner.
Several judges expressed their happiness on seeing lawyers inside the courtroom. Chief Justice N.V. Ramana said, "We will consider holding physical hearings on a larger scale post-Diwali." Justice D.Y. Chandrachud said, "We are happy to see you all. You cannot imagine how lonely it is to see the screen every morning." Justice S.K. Kaul greeted the people present in the courtroom with a smile and said, "Welcome back to court."
The Supreme Court has resumed physical hearings only partially for now, but plans to go back to physical hearings on all 5 days of the week post-Diwali, so that all those who seek justice get better access to the top court of this country. In New Delhi with camera person Shashikant Jha, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
The Supreme Court on Thursday said that the farmers have the right to protest, but they cannot block the road. The court was hearing a plea by a Noida resident against the road blockade due to farmers' protests. Farmers' organization, on the other hand, told the court that it is the police's deliberate security arrangements that are causing the road blockade and not the farmers.
You have the right to protest, but you cannot block the road. That's what the Supreme Court has told farmers who've been protesting at the borders of Delhi for the last 10 months. A two-judge bench of the top court today also said, "Roads need to be clear. We cannot keep laying down the law again and again. A solution needs to be found. We're not averse to the fact that they have a right to protest, even if the matter of farm laws is sub judice. But roads cannot be blocked. People need to use those roads." Soon after, farmers at the Delhi-UP border in Ghazipur were seen removing their belongings, but they claimed the traffic jams were being caused by police barricades.
हमारा तो सब हट गया अंत, अब बिल्कुल रास्ता क्लियर है, अब ये रुकावट कर रहे हैं, आम जनता को ये रोक रहे हैं, ये दिल्ली पुलिस।
In court, senior advocate Dushyant Dave, appearing for the farmers, said such security arrangements have been done deliberately. It suits the authorities to allow a feeling that the farmers are causing an inconvenience. Reacting to the farmers' demand to be allowed to protest at the Ram Leela Maidan, Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, appearing for the government, remarked angrily, "Some people should be allowed a permanent residence at the Ram Leela Maidan."
The Supreme Court has asked the farmers' organizations to file their response in the next 3 weeks, and in the following 2 weeks, the government is supposed to file its counter to that response. The next hearing of the case will take place on 7th of December. In New Delhi, with Saurabh Shukla and camera person Shashikant Jha, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
Farmers group Sanyukt Kisan Morcha has suspended Yogendra Yadav for a month. Now, this action has been taken after he visited BJP worker Shubham Mishra's house to offer condolences in the Lakhimpur Kheri violence case.